well, I guess I can't get rid of that, so it's quite unfortunate.
American Dad stream.
All right, I up my bit rate here, so hopefully is this current? Is this current? It is. Cool. End the game yet? How many people? 6 out of 10. Everyone's just waiting in this queue, dude.
Everyone, all you cursed bastards are in that queue.
Dude, Latino
Fucking
beats?
hilarious. Latino beats?
Latino beats.
Racist. It's like, hey, fool, we got the best beats, fool.
Gamerhood, Season 5, Episode 3, hashtag State Farm Partner. I guess we'll just watch this YouTube video then.
Years of dev time and over $10 million spent on the project. Despite that, it never managed to see the light of day, and the company behind it went bankrupt. The game itself was headed by a man named Manfred Lorenz, a veteran game designer, perfectionist, avid sailor. He's a big fan of boats and a central figure in the story. The concept of the game came from some drawings his daughter made of this crow getting struck by lightning. Quite a catastrophe. As the game sunk further into development hell, Manfred ended up progressively sinking into insanity, going a bit cuckoo. His home life went to shit, he pushed everyone away, and when the debt collectors showed up to the office, he was nowhere to be found. In fact, nothing was found at the office. No servers, no copies of the game, nothing. Nada. Zilch. Shortly after this, his boat was found a few miles offshore with nothing but a final note left to his wife on board. It seemed that he, along with the drives containing any copies of the game,
we're on almost 30-minute queue.
originally found out
almost
through some old gaming magazines and ended up doing a
we're on a 30-minute queue time right here.
Presentations, interviews, and reviews from back in the day. Soon after,
6 out of 10.
eBay in the hopes that maybe he'd be able to snag a development copy, and lo and behold, one happened to pop up just as he was making the video. He bought it for 11 euros and got right into it. Before we continue, I want to quickly shout out today's sponsor, boot.dev. Doing this project has given me a react to stuff 64, but worse, and with less shit to do. You play as world-famous Catastrophe Crow character, Crow, and do all kinds of jumps, leaps, and hops, all while collecting coins along the way. And instead of Peach's Castle, it's a big office building, just called Wake. The first few minutes of this are fairly normal, starting off with a level based on children's playthings. However, after a wall jump up to a secret area, Adam finds quite a strange sight. A crow furiously typing away at a computer with a sailboat off in the distance. I wonder what this could be representative of. And from this point forward, everything begins unraveling, and any notion of this being a real lost game is completely thrown out the window. It's worth noting that Adam was doing some light commentary in the beginning, but within just a few minutes, entirely stops talking, as he claims he isn't very good at live voiceover. It's a bit of a shame, as projects like Petscop have shown that having a narrator react to stuff in real time can really add to stories like these.
That's a dead kid.
The rest of the video is mostly creepy events and in-game representations of Manfred's real-life struggles, both professional and personal. The game essentially plays out the last few years of his life, including his final moments. It also somewhat reveals the reason as to why he went crazy, that being that his daughter fell ill or was gravely injured, which completely broke him. During the video, a house has been continuously popping into frame, and the game ends off with Adam walking through it, only to find a crow, which represents Manfred's daughter, in an upstairs bedroom. It's completely mangled, headless, and hooked up to some kind of life support machine, eventually being whisked away by a mysterious figure after the room floods with water. And that's the main video in the Catastrophe Crow series. I skipped over a
What?
lot of shit, but it's presented
Said, what the fuck was that?
in a way where I'd basically just be saying exactly what was said there if I were to properly recap it. Everything here is super well done and excellently produced. The initial 5 minutes where he's breaking down the game and treating it as if it were a real lost game that he hunted down is phenomenal and one of my favorite parts of any fake game series. It's got physical props, very well done edits showing off Crow 64 being played back in the 90s, and the magazine articles made for it look straight out of the era. It is fantastic, and if it wasn't shown off as clearly a horror project just a few minutes after this, he could have fooled a shitload of people into believing it was real. The gameplay part is also well done, but I feel that it does get a bit too spooky a bit too quickly. There's no real time to breathe, as within just the first level, it turns into a spooky evil game. Honestly, when broken down into just its story, this one as a whole kinda does feel like a mediocre classic gaming creepypasta. It goes from normal N64 game with a tragic backstory to evil screwed up blood, hyper-realistic scary death game within about 3 minutes. It just doesn't have the necessary build-up it needs.
32
It's
minutes.
still a very well-made project though, and I especially like
7 out of 10 players. Oh my god, we see 3 more.
Talking after a bit is mildly disappointing. It also
I'm gonna go get more
goes
chips
into
really quick, hold on.
the latter half, as you no longer have
Oh,
a pally
come back.
British man
Oh my
leading
God.
you through the experience. There's nothing but footsteps
Oh
and
my God,
in-game
oh my
sound
God, oh my
effects,
God, oh my
which
God,
were typically
God.
phones ring-a-dinging, clocks ticking and talking, and the game world utterly breaking down. Now, you might be wondering why I said I was
Oh my
divided
God.
on this series, as based on this, it sounds like I kinda loved it. Well, it's actually quite simple. As briefly mentioned
Oh
earlier,
my God.
Crow 64 does not end here. It absolutely does not. I was watching a chronological viewing order playlist, and beyond this point, there were dozens of videos to go through, none of which were on Adam Butcher's channel. Yep.
No,
We got ourselves
no
a problem.
way,
Bro,
no
as
way!
you walked away,
Now, I
bro.
won't be spending
As
a
you
shitload
walked
of time on
away.
this, as, well, I'm just
There's
gonna come
no
right out and
way.
say it right here,
As
right
you
now,
as you
right up
said,
front,
I'm going
no
to get
delays,
chips.
none
It
whatsoever.
popped. I
Oh
think
my,
you had your, because you had the video open, you couldn't see it.
dude, wow. That is some crazy timing.
That is, yes, timing, bro. 30 minutes and you walked away for 10 seconds. That's fucked.
There's no way. I'll give this one 5 more minutes, and I'm going to fucking McDonald's, and I'm probably just gonna pass out after that.
Yeah, I might pass out before that, bro.
I'll give this one 5 minutes.
Single one, I do not really give a shit about ARGs. At least not ones that are super heavy on puzzle solving and deciphering shit in order to fully understand a story. I can totally get behind a good ARG where it's mostly extra info and videos connected to a primary story. Anything where you start getting into spectrogram, Morse code, Cicada 3301 bullshit, I'm out. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. What do you want from me? And in case you want to know how deep Catastrophe Crow goes, take a look at this community-made info recap. Yeah. If you want everything explained, go watch Game Theory.
No, you tried texting me on my phone.
The remaining videos in the Crow 64 series
So
are hosted
fucked,
across a number of different channels. If there's one thing I'll give credit to, it's the amount of time and effort that has gone into this one. These channels were all made years in advance, most of which aim to pose as classic retro gamer type channels, each having other videos of old obscure N64 games. A real long con series this was. With that said, these mostly play out exactly the same and do get a little repetitive. Each of these begin with about 30 seconds of normal gameplay, followed by the discovery of a weird, creepy, evil secret area or event not shown in the original video. After that, they just end. Most of these secondary videos house various clues and even secreter secrets within them, most of which need to be decoded or deciphered. Each one is a different puzzle piece made up of even more puzzle pieces. Just to give one specific example here, during this one, as the show was picking up coins, seemingly random sound effects were playing. Well, a later video has the player jumping on a big keyboard with each letter playing a specific sound effect. Cross-referencing the sound, you can use the same sound effect with the same automation. That's probably really cool for people into selling ARG. Honestly, it kind of is cool, but it's where I lost all hope about being able to solve or even understand the series purely by watching along and paying careful attention. And that's just one example. Other videos are equally, if not more, good. To kind of wrap things up here, I've got to say that despite how much pickle is going on in the back end, it's not actually that complicated for the story. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot to it, but, you know, father loses himself in his work after a tragic loss isn't exactly a super groundbreaking plot. Honestly, one of my biggest issues with the ARG stuff is that I don't think the underlying story here really warrants this much secondary info. It's a premise that sounds like it could be a novel from 18.
I'm not fucking finding a game, bro.
Machine brings
Yeah, I
back
think
the
I'm
soul
gonna fuck past
of
it
a
now.
grieving father's
It's
deceased
done.
daughter.
They're
I will
done,
say
bro.
that there is a lot of good
Yeah.
thematic
I'm gonna fucking